Hello students, we are going to begin with grayscale, just starting with a neutral gray in the middle. You can start with black, add a little bit of white, work your way over, but I like to start with the neutral sometimes, just depending. So make sure you have a straight edge and you have something to begin this with. You can use your 1-inch ruler in your geometry set. Make sure your lines are nice and neat. I'm just using this as a template. It's got 90-degree corners. Alright, we need 5 sections. Let's see if this is going to work out. This one is a little small. Let's make it just a little bit bigger, okay? Okay, using a ruler is nice. Make sure your boxes are neat. And we need black and white paint for this. Okay, so make sure you have your palettes ready that your teacher has distributed to you. Students should not be self-serving paint unless you've been trained on the proper amounts to use. So I prefer for you guys to use a little 1/4-inch square brush. This one is a little distorted. Let's see if I have a better one. So you want to take care of your brush. You want it to be nice. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of black to begin. We're doing grayscale, so we want to go from dark to light. I could mix my neutral gray in the middle and then go on each side, so I think let's just start with the black on the left. So you're practicing brush control. That's why we're using the square brush. Now if you start to get those dry brush edges, just take just a tiny little tap of water. You do not need a lot of water. This is just a little space. So I'm going to just kind of charge up my brush a little bit. You don't want to get paint on the metal part of the brush. Keep it on the bristles. You don't want these big chunks. So if you have extra paint, just take it off. Alright, so I'm going to smooth out my texture. This is very opaque, dark paint. Some will not be as opaque. Let's clean up those edges. Right, if we don't like something the way that it looks when we've painted it, we just correct it afterwards. Okay? So there's our first box. I am going to use this little pile right here, and I'm going to grab a tiny bit of white. I don't want to pollute my whole color because we will be using this for other things. So throughout this lesson, so you'll need to keep your paint clean. Alright, that's a little on the light side. I'm going to go a little bit darker. That one would go nicely in the middle. So we just want a nice, healthy step down from the black. Okay, just going to scoot all this into one pile. Alright, mix it, mix it, mix it. Trying to get all of these colors and part of it in there. Alright, so second step. Now if your neighbor color is not dry all the way, it's going to smudge. Your teacher should have a blow dryer for you, where we don't want to wait for paint to dry. We blow dry. But in this case, it's just a value scale. Alright, your craftsmanship is important, so try to keep your lines nice and neat. Okay, so I am going to take some of this and mix a little bit of white into it. I'm going to significant step down. If you need to clean your brush off, just clean your brush off. I think I could have benefited from just wiping a little bit of paint off because now I've mixed a ginormous amount of this color. Okay, so Go ahead and put your neutral gray, the one in the middle is the neutral gray, put that down. Ideally, it would be nice to do 10 scales, but we are just going to do 5. It's really important that you mix on the palette and not on the paper. Okay, I am going to clean my brush off just so I can have a little bit more control over this next one. Maybe I'll just take this. Brush is a little dirty. Oops. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and place this one down. Oops. A little oopsie. I think that was chunk that I should have cleaned off, but it's okay. Alright, so the last one, and your brush doesn't have to be fluorescent glowing white. I don't really see the point of putting in a glowing white on the white paper, but let's just go ahead. If my brush isn't totally clean, that's fine. It's a light value. I feel like a full comprehensive lesson of value would be 10 scales to really get it down, but this is just a little practice for you guys, so I hope that helped.